Hi YouTube. This is going to be a little bit more of an interactive video, so I really hope that you kind of play along here and kind of go through the exercise that I'm going to show you. Now, once you have that information, I don't put it in the comment section. Keep this to yourself, but I think it might open your eyes a little bit as to what I'm talking about here. So, on a recent video where I talked about how to save a little bit of money on the Crocs, a couple of comments in the comment section made me cringe a little bit. It was talking about $200 as a small amount or a paltry amount. And it really kind of got the wheels turning in my head. And I was like, well, what do I have to do for $200? And it actually worked out perfect. And, I love when numbers don't work out perfect. But right now, I have carte blanche overtime at my job, and I'm taking full advantage. I worked 3 12-hour days of overtime last week, and I got my check. And it worked out to be $600. So I worked 36 hours of overtime and I made $600. So 3 12-hour days was $200 a day. And it really got me thinking, $200, what do I have to do for $200? Well, I have to get up at 5:15 in the morning. I have to get ready. I have to be out of the house at 5:45 in the morning. I have to drive an hour to get to my work. I work 12 hours. And then I drive an hour home. So I leave my home at 5:45 in the morning, and I don't get home until 8 o'clock. Okay, so I'm sacrificing a day with my family. I'm, working my butt off for 12 hours for $200. Okay, it doesn't feel like a small amount of money to me, given the sacrifice that I have to put into making it. And then in my mind, that forward leap in logic took place, and I was like, well, what went into buying my silver and gold? And what went into buying your silver and gold? Okay, whenever I watch a full stack video, the comment that I'll most likely leave is, wow, that is an incredible display of all of your hard work and sacrifice. Because honestly, that's the highest compliment that I can give. Because that is exactly what it is. It's a display of all that hard work and sacrifice. But the problem is when you say something like that too much, the words begin to lose meaning. It becomes diminished a little bit. Okay, so I thought I'd actually do a video on exactly that. So I put together some numbers for me. I'd like for you to do this for yourself. Again, don't disclose this, okay? I've talked about this stuff before. I don't mind talking about it. But again, just keep this to yourself. But it really might open up your eyes to exactly what you're doing and how important it is. Okay, so let's get rid of this. All right. Well, that's sorry, guys. Hold on. All right, so I have 1,075 ounces of silver now, and I realize I have a lot of premium stuff, but just for simplicity's sakes, I will say we'll multiply that by spot price, $21 an ounce. So I have $22,575 in silver. Okay, my gold is a little bit under 7 ounces, and so at $1,300 an ounce, that puts us at about $87.10. Okay, for a total of $31,285. Okay, now at my job, I've told you before, I make it varies because I sometimes get bonuses and everything else, but my base salary is basically $42,000 a year, okay? And when I broke that out, my paycheck every week is about $538. I get paid bi-weekly, so it's $10.76. You divide that by 40, and as sad as this is, my take-home pay out of all that money is $13.45 an hour. Okay, and that's the big hit there is health benefits, okay, which really, really aggravates me, but that's another topic for another day. Okay, so that's what I'm left with after taxes and health benefits are taken out. Okay, so when you put that into my silver and gold stack, that's 2,326 hours that I have to work in order to have achieved what I've achieved. Okay, no small feat. No small feat. That's a lot of work. So, that's all the work that went into it. what about the sacrifice piece? Okay, because this is not just hard work, it's also sacrifice. So I am a sucker, guys, for Japanese steakhouses. Okay, we have one in South Burlington called Kodo's. It's fantastic. You can't go to Kodo's and not have a great time. In fact, if we ever do a YouTube meetup of any kind, I really hope that wherever it is, we can meet up in a Japanese steakhouse, because that is the ultimate social place to have one of these types of things, and I absolutely love it. I love how they do the steak. I love the sauces, love the noodles, love the sushi, everything. But a good dinner there is about $100. And I never go. I never treat myself to it because it's just too expensive, and I can't justify a $100 dinner. Okay, even as great a time as it is. But what did I sacrifice? I could literally go to Kodo's once a week for 6 years with what I put into my silver and gold stack. Well, what's the next one? Oh, gas. So about $60 a fill-up. 4 fill-ups per month. It works out to 10 plus years worth of gas. You know, gas is an absolute budget killer. You know, with my commute, I basically have to fill up quite a bit. And yet I could fill up my gas tank for 10 years plus. It's actually almost 11 years. Okay, based on $60 a fill-up. That's a lot. An iPhone, guys. I don't even have a cell phone. And yet I could have an iPhone and make the payments for 12 and a half years with my silver and gold stack. Okay, that is what I've been sacrificing. My mortgage payments, I could make 26 mortgage payments with what I've put into my silver and gold stack. Okay, a little over 2 years. And I tell you what, here's the big one, okay? If anything happened to me at my job, God forbid, and I was unable to find a new place of employment, okay, what I've put into the metals would sustain me at my current pay rate for 58 weeks. Okay, basically 13 months, actually 13 and a half months at my current pay. You know, you talk about an insurance plan, you talk about using it as a savings vehicle, however you want to say it. That is peace of mind. Okay, now obviously I want that number to grow, and I want it to grow big time. But that's where I'm at right now. My whole world falls apart, and I can still sustain myself for 13 and a half months. So, you know, I'd really like you to think about doing this exercise for yourself and really seeing, you know, how far you've come and what it's gotten you to this point. Okay? And just kind of let me know what you think. All right, talk to you later.